I started off on my own, then I got respected. Put all my time into the grind and then I got connected. A few done turned their backs on me and I felt neglected. Now I'm moving on without them unapologetic.
Welcome to Unapologetic Truth, the channel where we speak the truth and don't apologize for it, because why? The truth never apologizes. Now, back with y'all with another one. This one we're gonna get into is the government still tracking you, right? Now, this is some more proof that the government is tracking our citizens. Alright, now I'm not gonna hold you long, so let's get to the video, and then I'm gonna let you know what I think, and also when the video is over, I want you to let me know what you think down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share with everybody. Anybody you think they need to know, they need to wake up, share it. When you like it, it gets my videos to a more bigger audience. Alright, so let's get into this video.
Andrea Hernandez's day starts with her backpack, sweatshirt, and student ID. But don't be fooled. This magnet school sophomore isn't using her new RFID badge. She's using last year's card. Hernandez says the new ID violates her religious beliefs. She believes it conditions students to one day accept what the Bible's book of Revelation calls the mark of the beast. Her school requires the card for its activities, like buying lunch and checking out a library book.
This is, it's not the great economy of the United States economy, or the economy of Texas, it's the economy of John Jay High School, but you're still not allowed to participate in it unless you have this thing.
But Northside says the badges help to keep kids safe. And with 100,000 students in mega schools around the city, that's a tall order. This fall, Northside joined a handful of districts that use what's called radio frequency identification technology, or RFID for short. Northside is piloting the program at its Anson Jones Middle School and John Jay High School. How it works: students must wear badges on lanyards around their necks. The tags contain time.
Okay. Where to begin? If you don't know anything about the RFID chip, radio frequency identification chip, you need to go do your research. You really have no idea what's really going on, man. Basically, they're using RFID chips in all cards now. Whether it's your bank card, whether if you got any card that you get direct deposits on, or your ID, school badges, basically everything. They're using RFID chips in everything, especially newer phones and newer gaming consoles, right? But this is a means of way of tracking the society, to know what you're doing, what time you're doing it, and where you at, right? They made some of them as small as a little grain of rice that they can inject through a syringe into your arm. They make it sound convenient to where, you can open up your door and start your car without using keys, or you can go to the grocery store, you ain't got to pull out no wallet. All you got to do is swipe your arm. Now this is just but this right here using cards and stuff is just a precursor. And if you ain't ready for this, you better get ready. Let's see what else they got to say.
Tiny batteries that emit radio waves. RFID scanners embedded in the ceiling then read the badges and identify a student's location. Like so many schools in America, Jones Middle has surveillance cameras mounted on the ceiling in nearly every hallway. What you won't see here, however, are the RFID scanners that are scanning students' badges.
It's not just knowing a schedule of a student, which may or may not hold true for that day, but it's actually knowing physically where that child is.
Attendance clerks can now identify a student's location in the moment or earlier in the day. It all comes down to these pink circles, which track a student's movement. And many parents support the system, saying it gives them peace of mind.
As a parent, I want to know where my son is because I'm holding the school accountable for his well-being.
But other parents disagree.
I don't like the idea of them chipping the kids.
I believe it does invade our children's privacy and civil liberties, and the fact that there is no provision to opt out.
It's true.
Privacy organizations around the country are backing these parents.
You know, the ultimate concern is here that we don't want to turn it into a surveillance society. In our culture, in our legal traditions.
He said he don't want to turn it into a surveillance society. It already is a surveillance society. This is how you know they're tracking the citizens. They put cameras everywhere, inside the street lights, your phones, like I said, your credit card, debit cards, school badges, ID, your car, any newer appliances, any newer gaming consoles, any new model TVs, anything that's newer model, they are putting an RFID chip in it, which can allow them to track you and which can allow them to hear what you're doing. And a lot of times, cut on your cameras to see what you're doing. Now, if you're not waking up to what's, see, there's a domino effect, right? The very first domino is being pushed over. And you know, when that very first domino pushed over, what does it do? It lands into the next one, the next one lands into the next one, the next one lands into the next one. And all these dominoes are certain plans they have set up to make this in a controlled society. Okay? So as the dominoes fall, a new plan is in motion. They know exactly what they're doing. This stuff is not happening by chance. It's happening by design. Oh, y'all gonna wake up today.
The government doesn't watch you unless it has particular reason to suspect that you are involved in wrongdoing.
This type of technology implicates the freedom of speech, the right to freely associate, religious freedoms. Imagine, for example, a student being dissuaded from attending a political interest group because she fears that the tracking technology will alert the principal or other members of the school administration where her political affiliations align.
Exactly.
But the school district says there's no invasion of privacy.
You gotta understand this. The chip is in their school badge. Where do they keep their school badge? They keep their school badge in their purses or their wallets. So everywhere they go, they being tracked beyond school grounds. So no matter where they go, they can know where they're at all times. It's being tracked and recorded, saved in a database. This is who y'all giving power to over your children for the majority of the day.
Civil liberty organizations organizations don't get it.
We reject their argument. They don't walk in our shoes. They are not the principal or the assistant principal or the teacher in one of these mega schools charged with the safety of these children.
We're not sitting here tracking kids all day long. We don't have time to do that.
The district has no opt-out policy, which may discourage dissenters from speaking out. District spokesman Pascual Gonzalez says when the program is fully operational later this month, the badges will be mandatory.
It will be a requirement of that school for those students to wear their lanyard and their ID
Remember
card.
that word, mandatory.
If they refuse, then perhaps that's not the school for them.
The district also believes the system will help the schools financially. That's because Texas, like many other states, ties attendance to funding. So the more kids a school can count, the more revenue it receives. RFID technology can help to increase attendance rates by finding students who are in the building but not in class.
It's really the kids that are on campus that are doing something legitimately with another teacher or staff member, but they were marked absent.
Manufacturer Michael Wade supplies Northside and 2 other Texas school districts with the RFID badges, and his business is growing. By year's end, he expects to supply at least 10 districts. Wade says the technology makes sense for schools concerned about both safety and budget.
There is this misconception that RFID is tracking something, and we're not. Again, it's a real-time location system. No one's sitting at the computer tracking anyone.
But Andrea Hernandez is not convinced.
See, now he just lied. Because if you guys are paying attention to this video, right? If your eyes are open, you're paying attention to all the details. You will know in the beginning of the video, they show the computer screen with the kids showing exactly what these kids are. Remember they had the color code? So how are they not nobody sitting at the desk tracking these children when you just showed it in the beginning of the video? If you rewind the video, you will see in the beginning of the video it showed a computer screen and children being tracked. You see how they try to manipulate the people? Regardless of what they say, your children is being tracked beyond school grounds, on school grounds and beyond school grounds. You can think it's a game if you want to.
And she says she's in this fight for the long haul.
And Northside can throw, whatever they want at me, but in the end, it doesn't really matter because life is bigger than just Northside. It's bigger than just John Jay High School. But this program is bigger than what Northside is making it out to be.
Reporting in San Antonio, Heather Sells, CBN News.
So now, this is not a conspiracy theory as they claim. This is a conspiracy fact. You see it with your own eyes. Be smart. Be wise. Pay attention to detail, not just what's on the surface. Pay attention to the detail, because that's where the devil lies, remember? Don't just think on the surface. They say this is mandatory. There is no opting out, period. Use a religion or anything. Like, sooner or later, they're going to be implanting them chips in people, and it's going to be voluntary first. Then they're going to hit you with the mandatory, no opt-out. Stores are switching over to the RFID system. Slowly but surely. Big companies, you already seen, if you not seen it, but big companies are switching to the RFID and chipping their employees. You can't even get into the building without you waving your arm with the chip in it. You can't clock in without waving your arm with the chip in it. These big Fortune 500 companies, it's going to trickle down to all the small companies. And then the local businesses. And it's going to be mandatory. If you don't have it, you won't be able to buy any food, clothing, pay your rent. What are you going to do? Mind you, the mark of the beast is a tool. It's a two-layer thing. You have the one with the chip in your arm, and you have the one with the religion in your head. No, they're not going to be planting chips in your forehead. They're going to be planting it in your arm. But the second half of that mark of the beast, what they're going to have in your forehead is that religion, their way of thinking, their so-called wisdom, their religion. They were a way of life. It's going to be in your forehead. When you accept that, you accept part of the mark of the beast. And soon the other half will be mandatory. If you think it's a game, go look it up yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to thousands of other people who are here speaking the truth. Go do your own research and listen to yourself. If you do the research and you still say the same thing, oh, this is not going on, this is not happening, no, this isn't, you deserve to be blind. There's no helping you. Prepare for you and your family, because if you don't, you're going to be lost in the sauce when things hit the fan. Alright, it's your boy Unapologetic Truth. Want you to like, subscribe. When you like, it reaches a wide variety of audience, which will bring more people to the truth. You know, more people will subscribe to the channel, make the channel grow, so the truth can get out there. So, your boy signing off, and I'll be back with y'all with another one.
I started off on my own, then I got respected. Put all my time into the grind, and then I got connected. A few done turned their backs on me, and I felt neglected. Now I'm moving on without them unapologetic.